Hello Aries, this is Victoria and I'm here with your April tarot forecast. As always, we'll be looking at your love life, your career and workspace, and we'll get you guidance on how to best utilize the energy of the month of April. At the end, I'll put some messages from your person of interest to yourself, so stick around for that. And we will begin with an oracle message. This is my newest deck. It's called the Sacred Forest. The latest and greatest, so to speak. I love it. The artwork is absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, so I'm kind of on this deck right now. I will be retrieving my decks finally, all of my decks in April. So for me, we're going to be back with, my variety. I have at least one tarot deck that I want to get in April. Maybe a birthday present or something. I don't know. We'll see. But just going back to all of my decks is going to be like Christmas for a tarot reader. So I can't wait. And we'll definitely use something very, very different or maybe well forgotten for the next month. All right, so in the meantime, happy birthday, Aries. This is your season, and that's why you're the first sign that I'm recording this for. This readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising Aries. So if you are watching this for a sun sign, please check out videos for your other placements as well. And of course, if you're new, please subscribe to the channel. Welcome. There's more info in the description box on my content and services. And for everyone, please don't forget to like the video if you enjoy this message. All right, so with all that said, Aries, you've got the Spirit Guardian of Winter for today. It's about retreat. Winter is also about, it is definitely a slower season. It's also about hermit mode, hibernation, being grateful for the resources that you have. Because usually, especially in the older times, winter was not the time to, to grow crops and to harvest them, but it is the time to use what you've reaped, I guess, what you've gathered, what you've collected, and what you've produced, or what your crops, have produced during the year, right? And this is where you can, what's the word? I want to say reap the benefits, right? But yeah, the fruits of your labor are here, and you're using them, and you can be grateful for that. So this is not necessarily the time to rush to something new, but acknowledge how far you've come and strategize a little bit of what you want to do next. Where is the road taking you? That's the name of the game in April. So for your personal space and love life, we have Seven of Swords. We have a very powerful full moon in Libra coming up, as I'm seeing it, just a couple of days from now. So I'm immediately being drawn to that event and to this energy. So pay attention to it. We'll speak about it a little bit more. Then we have the Strength card. This is Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo, and you have 10 of Swords. Definitely the end of a long and tough cycle. But let me get the rest of the spread, and then we'll come back to it. For your workspace, you have the Two of Wands, the Hierophant, and the World. So the Hierophant is Taurus, the World is Capricorn. You could be dealing with one of those signs. And then finally, the advice from the universe is the King of Cups, the Moon. This is Piscean energy. And again, the full moon, no pressure. And finally, Three of Pentacles. Okay, bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. Yeah, again, you see Three of Wands is about setting intention. It's about understanding what is it that you want. And sometimes one of the messages associated with Three of Wands is waiting for the ships to come in, right? Which means that you've set your intention, right? Is that part of manifestation, right? You made it known to the universe, maybe anybody else involved, and that's it, you surrender to it, right? And you're being patient with it. It's not always that way, I would say, but what I feel is being asked of you is to get a better idea of what is it that you want to create and why. The why is an important point. Because if you're listening to this and you're like, but of course, I mean, I've been talking about it, I've been praying about it, I've been doing this and that to bring that into my life. Like, it's clear. So why do you want it? That's the big question. And it may seem obvious, right? Like, let's say you want abundance in your life. That's obvious, right? Because you want certain comfort, certain lifestyle, or you want to find your life partner, right? Or maybe get into a committed relationship with your partner. Also quite clear, right? But there's so many nuances there. So don't get hung up on just like the big stories, right? Now it's time to narrow it down a little bit more with the details. Apologize, there's a dog nearby, which you probably saw in the reflection, and he wants some attention, so he might be interrupting me a little bit. Hey, baby. All right, so for the personal space, come on. For the personal space, we have Seven of Swords, the Strength, and Ten of Swords. So like I was saying at the beginning, definitely the end of a tough cycle, and you're finally seeing how much you've grown and how much you've accomplished, how much you've done. I want to say been through, but it sounds a little bit like pity, like victim mentality. It's more about like from that positive connotation of like, wow, I've been able to overcome all this. I've been able to resolve. I've been able to even expand in the face of adversity, right? And how amazing is that? Not that it hasn't been tough, not that it hasn't wounded you in some way or added to your troubles, right? And maybe you still need to see to it, to, you know, handle the consequences. But right now it's important to admit, accept, and honor what you've gained, and valuable experience, certain karma resolution. Those are huge, huge things to accomplish. Even if they don't look like much on the surface energetically, they mean everything for the new cycle to begin. Because Ten of Swords is, of course, about ending the painful cycle and being able to begin something new. I don't see anything here about the other person, but it all starts with you, right? With your readiness, with your energy, and with your intention setting. Because if part of your intention, big time intention right now, is the other person or relationship with the other person, that's part of that exercise. You know, why, how would this be, what is important to you, right? Add some detail to it. Then for your career and workspace, you have the Two of Wands, the Hierophant, and the World. Big energies here with the Hierophant and the World. This is you understanding what is your motivation, what do you believe in, what do you stand for when it comes to your job, to your business, to your career, maybe to your hobby, whatever you call your calling, your vacation, your occupation, right? It doesn't have to be a 9-to-5 job. It can be something else. Maybe you're taking care of home and that for you is your main occupation. Doesn't matter. But this is you with the divine intervention, understanding what's important to you, right? How do you make the choices that you're making right now? How do you choose people you work with? How do you choose, spending resources on this, on that? What has you running towards it on a regular basis, right? Without being burnt out, without being anxious, without thinking that, oh my God, I can't go on like this anymore, right? Like, what's exciting, what's good. And if somebody is thinking right now, well, actually it has been burning me out, in order to get out of that energy, it's important to, again, to narrow down of like, what is exciting? Why did you start doing it in the first place? Is it still exciting for that reason? Or it's time for a change? And then finally, for the advice, we have the King of Cups, the Moon, and the Three of Pentacles. So there may have been some ups and downs emotionally lately. It may have been quite an emotional time, I would put it that way. But it has shown you where your fears have been, where your insecurities have been, and why you've been, in part, preventing yourself from going for greatness, for your dreams, for that relationship that you want, for being with people you love and creating something beautiful together. So you've cleared that out, or you are clearing it out, especially with this full moon coming in, I believe on the 1st of April. So at the very beginning of the month. And the energy, of course, will be strong for the first few days of the month. So please use it wisely. The full moon illuminates to us what we've been avoiding, some kind of suppressed feelings and emotions. And that clarity helps us clear it away, essentially. That's the point. Also, you can work with the element of air, since this is full moon in Libra. So you can do affirmations, you can do singing, praying, something that you can speak, or thinking also works, honestly. But yeah, speaking and singing is going to be really, really powerful during this time. And it also brings you to the next level of emotional maturity, where you feel like whatever has been triggering you lately, or what you've been through in the last cycle, now you have a lot more compassion, patience, and kindness towards those situations, or that kind of behavior, whether it's from you or somebody else, right? I don't even want to say the word tolerance, because again, it sounds a little negative in this context, but it's like, yeah, that level of tolerance is higher now, that you don't necessarily react if somebody shows poor behavior, right, or becomes overly emotional in the moment, says the wrong thing, does something painful, right? You can respond to it differently now, or at least you'll get the experiences in this month where you'll be able to see that for yourself. And finally, a message from your person of interest. Does Aries need to know from their person? 5 of Wands, clarified by Temperance, and Queen of Swords. So your person is being, the adult one in the room, whether it's with you or with their family or friends or at work, right? Recently, they've had to deal with a lot of disciplining and getting people in order and making sure, conflict doesn't get escalated. And it has taken a lot from them, and it's bringing out more of that patience and truth seeking and respect for the truth and for honesty in communication in various social situations, right? So it's been a growth spur, and in that regards, with how far they're ready to go now, with their authenticity, with their vulnerability and expression. And they're looking forward to bringing more of that into the into the relationship. They're still figuring out how to move away from just like resolving and responding to something, to like an active conflict situation, towards more of preventive measures, or just speaking out and sharing of their beliefs and thoughts, to make sure that there is no conflict, right? To make sure that we know the ground rules, we are aware of expectations, we're happy with them, we accept them, and we can move on in a balanced way. That's their desire, or at least this is where they're moving to, with all that experience that they've had recently, that has been chaotic, that has taken a lot from them, but has been very learning. See, there's definitely a synchronicity there with certain things that you've been through, Aries, energetically at least. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And until next time,